So I was just wondering, is there any value to, like, at first when she got here, I spent a lot of time just kind of, I mean, probably not enough time. I spent a lot of time just kind of sitting here, right? And then once you get to a certain level, is it worth it to just do that, right? We sit around inside together. I've already decided that it feels like trying to do work, right? Trying to do luring and stuff is too, who knows how long it would take to do that, and is it really that important? I think there's a confidence factor to it, right? To doing some work. And then we sit around inside. She stays on the couch now. She doesn't jump off onto the bed. I mean, sometimes, right? So sometimes she still jumps off. Sometimes she stays right there. Yesterday she was kind of even in the middle, so I always sit kind of on the left side. There was a couple times where Raider was already on the, I guess if you're looking at it, it's on the left, right? If you're sitting down, it's on the right side. And then she was on the left side. And a couple times I would sit in the middle. You gonna chill out right here? You wanna go chill out? You wanna go chill out? So I think that's when, and I sat kind of at the front of it, so she just stayed there instead of jumping off. So, and it's just something that happened organically. I didn't do it on purpose. But I sat down, and she just stayed there, right? And I might have stayed sitting kind of in the front of it because I didn't want to, because the way she was laying across the back, not across, like, right, so here's the handles, or her arms or whatever. She was, a lot of times she would lay like this. Sometimes she'd lay in the back. So she was laying in the back, so I sat in the front. And I wasn't really thinking of not being pushy or even trying to do this. I kind of expected her to jump up and go because I was close to her. So I just stayed in the front and she just stayed there. And that happened like 2 times. And then it might have been, I might have got up and then came back and sat down and she just never moved. And then after that, she stopped. Like say 3 times when I sit down, she'll jump off 1 time. Whereas it used to be every time. And she'd go lay on the bed. Now sometimes she'll jump off and she'll go stand around and then she'll come jump back on. Hi. What happened just now? We was coming out with all the dogs. and so I let her, she kind of bullies her way out, right? And I've always just kind of let her do it. You know, get through the thing, find out nothing. And then, of course, today there's like 1,700 leashes and she runs right into one. She's like, ah! You want to go walking, don't you? She does really good walking. Well, I mean, she has her times where she really wants to kind of pull off on stuff. But, I mean, mentally, she does better walking. Like, she won't just lay down right now. Hey, come lay down right here. You want to come lay down right here? No, you like standing? Are you even in the picture back there? Oh my gosh. Right? So, like at first with these guys, you want to do no kind of pressure of trying to make friends too hard. That was an accident. I kind of pulled on the leash, didn't I? That was a weird handing it to her like that, right? You can go cruise around if you want. We like it when you stay close to us, right? You want to do a little walk the other ways? She didn't want to come back out. She ran in the crate. What's up, Burpee? Was that a burp? You want to go cruise, don't you? What else? In the hallways with the dogs, she's straight down and straight up. When it's just me and her, I've started kind of blocking her. Sometimes she's too fast going through the door and I can't block her going over here. But I've started trying to walk in first for the sole purpose of I don't want her running over to this doorway over here anymore. I just want her to go up the stairs. You don't have to go, because that's a practiced being scared thing, right? So I think there's a line of let them get to where they feel safe and then come up, and then there's a line of all right, dude, that's enough, right? So like you don't have to feel scared going through this doorway when I'm standing here anymore. Just go ahead and go on up the stairs. Right? So it's like us, right? If you get away with doing something, you're going to continue to do it unless that practice gets broken. You don't have to break the practice of it in a bad way. A lot of people are like, why are you going to make her do that? If she wants to go over there, then let her. Because I don't want her feeling like she has to go do that, right? So I can help her through it in a nice way. What else? I gave up on hand feeding her. Kind of because of a lot of her fear stuff now isn't like, you know what I mean? I probably could have kept hand feeding her. It's just hard, right? When you got a lot of stuff going on, it's hard to take the time and do it. Now, someone at home, you want to sit down for 30, 40 minutes with her? Man, it's a great move, right? And if you could tell me that if I spent that 30 minutes, I could start doing obedience work with her and stuff, right? So I keep going to that because everybody wants to work, right? And the work it helps them build some self-confidence and trust in the person, right? They can get some self-confidence and they get trust in the person through working with them. But I like the luring, right? I don't think she would respond well with the leash pressure. I think it would, right? So sometimes leash pressure helps them kind of get over it. With her, it feels like if I did the leash pressure stuff, she would be more like, oh my God, what the hell's going on? I could be totally wrong. And that could have been the move that I should have done to start with. I guess I could test it. You want me to test it one day? Test it or just let it be? I mean, that's what I'm supposed to do, right? I'm supposed to see what. I don't know. A lot of times it's the feel, though. Right? But is your feelings always right? Is the guts always right? No. Maybe some people are. Some people are always right, right? Some people are always right. Some people think they're always right. What's up, girl? Did you know that if you smile at your dog, it releases the oxytocin, right? Get it from smiling, playing with, affection. I don't think food does much for it. For the chemical connection, right? There's a brain connection, a trust factor maybe, but there's like other chemicals that pop in their brains when you give them affection, if they like affection. If they don't like it, then it's just putting pressure on them. Ain't that right? It's not so much pressure with her now, Like before, when I would start doing it, I go like this. She'd pull away, so she's not pulling away, so I don't think it's pressure anymore. And I can go over to, I start at the top and I go like this. It's nice and soft and short, right? And building up how much they like it. They pretty much just tolerate it on their head anyways. They like the scratchings elsewhere. I don't know, I got some who like it. Willie used to really like it in between the eyes when we go like this. He'd like sit there and fall asleep, rubbing between his eyes. But that would freak you out, wouldn't it? It's a good girl. That's a weird little nipple one. Another one. Oh, she took 2 in a row. Sometimes she won't take a second. If I try to do multiples in a row, she won't take a second row. Or she'll sniff it, back away from it, and then come back to it. Spitting hot dogs everywhere. Nasty boy. All right, dude, you want to go walk around? She's like, yeah, I don't like standing still, dude. I like moving. Well, then let's get a move on. I think, I'm trying to remember when we went to the schoolyard, Waylon's got some scratches in his chest. He's usually really good at jump roping though, because she was running after to chase Charlie. Waylon's usually off way over on his own though. I don't see how the long line could have got him. He's usually, if the dog's over there, he's over there. He don't like dogs no more. I shouldn't say he doesn't like them. He's indifferent to them. Raider likes to pester everybody. Willie likes to yell at the young ones. Chico seems like he's really good. But like when we went to his medical thing, they said the original lady, she was like, yeah, he's good until he's not. Because we were talking about him attacking other dogs at the place before me and here. Where's my fingers? Attacking. Oh, dude, you didn't even hit start. Now we got to talk about all that stuff again. Ah, ha, ha. Just kidding, Harley. 12 minutes. 12 minutes of talking about Jack. Poo-poo. See, let's see. But she didn't like it. It was too many times, right? You see that time? So the times before, I started, and then she just reopened her mouth. That time, when or it might be because this thing's in her face now. This, where's my finger? Where's the camera? This thing, the tablet is all in her face now. It's more pressure, right? So before, I scratched under her chin, and she reopened her mouth pretty quick. That time, she did lip licks and kept her mouth shut the whole time. Right, because I had petted her 2 or 3 times already. So now that I had petted her a couple of times, now this one is back to being pressure on her. Right? A little bit too much. Is it a little bit too much, girl? I still got this thing in here. Oh, did you hit stop yet?